guys, what's going on? September 26, 2019. It's a Thursday, and I know how you guys are feeling. Man, let me tell you, this unexpected move 8 definitely shook up the bears yesterday. Now, one thing to understand about the move 8, guys, it is highly unexpected in a sequence of 11, 2, 6, 2, followed by an 8. That is very, very low probability. Indeed, it did take place. However, just one unexpected bullish move does not ruin this very powerful sequence, and it is important to remain bearish despite of what everything inside of you is screaming right now. Basically, you were looking at your screen yesterday, you were like, damn it, Leonardo, I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out of this trade. I wanted to, just cut my losses. I wanted to do all kinds of stuff. The best thing, as was explained in the video yesterday, was to add to the positions about 3:55 p.m. right before the market closed, despite of the crazy bullish action actually going into the close. So what do we have today? Everything is still looking pretty damn bullish. And Leonardo, you still think the market is going to damn drop? Are you nuts? Whatever you're drinking or whatever you're smoking there, Leonardo, okay, you need to stop this shit. Look at the market. It's up in the green again this morning. Guys, I know, but that is exactly what I want you to do. I want you to do exactly the opposite of what the market is trying to make you believe is actually happening. Because I believe in the power of the sequences, guys. These sequences are the real deal, and you have to persevere. And the most important thing, I think, that a lot of traders I've spoke to yesterday, the common mistake is they want to go all in. They want to just put this big position on. The key thing is to stair-step into your position. If you stair-step in your position, there's going to be no issues. So in other words, buy a few options, add a few more, add a few more. When you average out overall, when the move lower does come in, you will make money, okay? So temporarily, you can't expect just to get into every trade and the trade to go perfectly smooth and well, but sometimes it will. I mean, clearly, there are trades that would take that go immediately perfectly well, but sometimes they do take time. And considering that this is a top informations that do take a little bit of an extra time. So despite of us being caught off guard with this move 8, I think we will get the reversal lower today and tomorrow still. Now, some of the things that led to a pause in the market is clearly oil stopped the drop. Bitcoin stopped the drop. Okay, so and on top of everything, VIX actually dropped below a key level of 16. Now, the most important thing we're going to be watching for today, if VIX indeed is going to regain that level, we think that VIX will jump above 16 by 2 p.m. Now, it could actually happen right at the open. VIX could literally jump above 16 right at the open in the first 30 minutes. So do not let these green futures action pre-market fool you guys, because it could be reversed rather swiftly. So the best trade, oh my God, guys, you got to love this BYND trade. It is the trade of the month officially. BYND is up because on a hypothetical deal with McDonald's. Well, we're a step ahead. Okay, this McDonald's deal, we're not saying it's going to fall apart or nothing like that. I mean, it may just as well work out. I mean, who cares? What we do care about is by observing. Yesterday, BYND made a deal with Costco, and it failed to rally. As a matter of fact, on this type of contract with Costco, it should have went substantially higher, but it didn't. So for the first time, we noticed the divergency in this news phenomena in BYND share price reaction, which means when good news happened, this stock actually is no longer going higher. Now, it looks like we're back to a typical situation where, hey, a deal with McDonald's. So the shares are up pre-market like stupidly $20. That represents the greatest opportunity this month to short the hell out of this thing. Same thing on AVGO. Okay, we remain short. All of these stocks, guys, they're in the red, which means we remain short these stocks. There's a new one here, ENTA. We're going to highlight it in just a second. But notably, pre-market, this is what we're observing. The point I'm recording this, there's not a whole lot of stuff that's actually happening. But despite positive futures action pre-market, Amazon is not moving higher. Now, Amazon had a lot of flop going on yesterday. Oh, they were buying because it announced the new products and so on. Like, remember that any time, in 99% of the cases, when a company is announcing products, like Apple is coming out with new stuff, okay, fine. The market gets excited, and the stock runs up for a while. But once that announcement is out of the way, they all drop. I mean, you take Tesla, you take Apple, you take Amazon. It doesn't freaking matter what it is. stocks run up in the expectation of something great, in the expectation of something good happening, and once the news is out, they all die out. And that's exactly what's going to happen to Amazon today. Despite of the move higher, it will reverse, it will go lower today. So what we're noticing is this. So far at the time I'm recording this, 11,000 shares, okay, while the market is up like 7-8 points so far, pre-market, the futures are all in the green. Amazon is not doing anything. As a matter of fact, it's treading water. It's like plus minus $1 pre-market. That's not a good sign. Amazon should be up 10, 20 bucks this morning, but it's not. So this is a case of a divergence that point out to a reversal. There's a couple other things that point out to a reversal here, but first let's glance a look one more time at the Amazon chart here real quick, guys. Here's what we got going on. We got definite head and shoulder formation. We got the death hook. We got increased sell volume. We got the death cross on the MACD. We've got people interested in selling rather than buying at these levels. Yeah, we did have a slight spike in the accumulation, just a tiny bit yesterday, going to this positive. We do have a very nice bullish reversal candle. But despite of all that, okay, we just had one positive day in the valley of death here. I mean, just check this out. This is like straight up, guys. This is a valley of death, and poor little Amazon trying to have one positive day. That shit ain't gonna last very long, so expect a further drop in the shares of Amazon. If anything, this morning just shorted. It represents a great opportunity because everything is pointing to a reversal. Now, Apple is also showing signs of reversal pre-market, which would be a definite positive if you're holding AVGO contracts, LRCX contracts, or anything like that. When Apple falls, it will drag all of this stocks, which, by the way, LRCX is hitting all-time highs. It's hitting like 242 bucks pre-market, all-time high. That is a beautiful time to actually come in and short it, because the probability of it holding those all-time high gains is just not likely. Remember, tonight, the main catalyst for this big drop in all of these semiconductor stocks is Micron. We went over yesterday in the video saying that Micron is going to drop like a rock after the earnings report. Now, it may initially spike and then drop, but it's going down. And if Micron is going down, so will AVGO, LRCX, ASML is another name I did mention. That's actually going to be a really good one, guys. But basically, if you take a look at Apple, look, move 11, move 11, move 11 across the board. And look, this morning, while the market is positive, it could have easily been going up substantially high, maybe back to this 222 level. But it is dropping 220.4 at the moment I'm recording this. Bitcoin, guys, is showing no signs of revivals. Basically, we think Bitcoin will move lower from here. Particularly expecting a big drop in Bitcoin over the weekend, maybe back to that 7,500 level. But hey, even if it drops a couple of hundred points today, you know, we could see that a potential reason or an indication that the market will reverse further. Now, if we take a look at oil futures, they seem to be pausing. They seem to be pausing. But just for a second, guys, this is not going to last. This is the greatest opportunity to come in and short the market while oil futures, they appear to be pausing, but in reality, they're about to drop. At the point I'm recording this, we're at 55.9. I see a quick drop lower as soon as the market opens, or maybe, you know, even before the market opens. We should see a move lower here in the oil futures as well. Oil futures lower, especially get like a crazy move today, a couple of dollars lower, like 3-4% lower. Guys, the market will sell off. Here's a new trade for the day, ENTA, guys. ENTA, we're considering 65-60 puts on a bounce. The stock is down quite a bit from 72 all the way to 55. Currently trades at right around 60 bucks, 59.50. If it moves to this level, about 64, that would be the area to come in and buy puts. So at 64, when it hits 64, 62, 64 area, buy some puts here in the expectation of reversing. It will revisit that level of 55 at some point intraday. Now, if you take a look at the overall chart of ENTA, it's a pretty safe bet here to actually short it on a bounce, because there's a lot of pre-existing conditions like this very defined, very well-defined death cross. So basically, it's dropping pre-market, any bounce. The chart is just super bearish, guys. It's just a nice and easy and simple trade. The only thing that could be on the way is maybe the cost of the options. The options could just be too high. The spreads on them could be too high. But if you can get a good deal on these options, guys, it makes sense to pull the trigger. So we still believe the market will be going lower to the lower part of the trading tunnel. Nothing has changed there. And here it is, guys, the opportunity of the month. Guys, when the opportunity like that knocks in your door, damn it, just do it. Just take action. Don't look back. Don't even think about anything. Just pull the damn trigger. Hit the damn button. Okay? Just do it. Here's the breakdown again. Yesterday, BYD shares were supposed to go higher on the Costco deal. They didn't. We're noticing a reversal in the behavior. Currently, the stock trades at 167.5, 165.70 pre-market. We think it will reverse. It will literally erase all of these pre-market gains. Guys, that's about a $20 drop by tomorrow. So we think from 167, the stock will be back in the 130s tomorrow. Considering it's a Thursday, Friday trade, guys, this is awesome. This is the kind of opportunities you live for when you trade weekly options. But don't be silly. Do not go buy, like I've discovered some of the guys that they're going and they're doing like silly things. They're buying like $100 puts, $100 strike puts on this thing. That's not going to make it a trade. You want to buy these strikes right here. 170, 165, 160, 155 strikes. Don't go any lower than that. Okay, that's what's going to make your money in this trade right here, guys. Nice and easy trade. Thank you, BYD. Thank you, McDonald's, for making this probable for us pre-market this morning. Guys, you gotta love this. Okay, AVGO still remains the top trade. AVGO reversal is coming. AVGO 280, 275, 270 puts, guys, on any kind of bounce. And I don't know if we're even going to get a bounce today on this one, guys. It may be just going straight down. Okay, yesterday was this unexpected 8. Man, this unexpected 8, man, you gotta love the markets. They just don't know what the hell to do there. They know the drop is coming. They're trying to maintain it. There's just too much money involved. But that shit is about to go down, guys. So get ready for it. Don't let the price action fool you. Okay, price action up. We keep shorting the market. That's just what we're gonna do, and it's going to pay off. So gap down is the way move 8 works. Then we get to the positive territory rather rapidly. A lot of move 8s, you'll get positive by like 10, 10, 30. In this case, we get positive by like 10, 55. We basically erase all the losses that were established pre-market. And then we move higher. Now, a lot of these moves kept sending messages like it's a move 11. It's about to happen. And 11 is about to reverse and come in because of the bearish sequence that was preceding that. So there's actually not a, I've looked throughout the history, there hasn't been a situation where we had a 2-8 formation. So it was very, very tiny probability of that. So you're not going to see this type of formation after a move 2 very often. But nonetheless, it did happen. And the bottom line is sometimes instead of getting bullish in circumstances like this, when you see like an odd number like that come up in the sequence, what you want to do is you want to ask yourself a question, okay, what is actually coming next? Because this is just a formation. Maybe it's just a grander 11. Remember last few videos I was showing you these head and shoulder formations type of formations that just kept happening and just kept dragging themselves out, and they were becoming longer and longer by day. Well, think of this as not as a one-day move, but a two-day move. I think we're going to get the drop here, which would overall create a grander, bigger move 11. And you guys know what that means, okay? Move 11 that is formed over a longer time frame produces substantially bigger drops. So overall, the sequence is 2-8. Unbelievable. 2-8 sequence. Never happens, but it does happen yesterday. So important to acknowledge that and know that there is a probability of that actually happening despite of all the odds. Sometimes the market is going to throw just an oddball like that at you, and as long as you stair step, you're going to be able to handle it. Okay, this is how the stuff looks basically on a 2-day chart. As far as the chart concerned, the 5-day sequence, this is where the importance comes in. 11-2-6-2 is just a very powerful sequence. I don't think 8 is going to be able to actually turn things around here for the bulls. So despite of the futures in the green so far, I think we're lower despite of this 8, which 8 is typically a rather bullish moves. It's typically accompanied by 2 bullish moves on each side, but I don't think that's going to be the case this time. So basically, if you want to look at this 5-day sequence, one way to look at it is look at this 3,024. So that was the ultimate high. Then we slide a little bit lower. and then we work lower. Basically, if you draw a line here, it's a solid downtrend. So it's reasonable to expect that we could touch the 3,000 level, but then after that we should drop and still be very much in the downtrend. So if we do touch the 3,000, that would be the ultimate level to actually buy puts, not calls. So for the downtrend to continue, we absolutely have to establish that lower high right here, guys. So all eyes on that 3,000 level, and I don't think the market is going to be able to handle that. I don't think the market is going to be able to take that. Now, looking at the VIX environment, some of the important notes, I've shown you some historical data on the 13 market moves before. We identified some cylinder environments. The importance is here, like when we had the sequence 11.3, 11.2, which yesterday I compared to the current sequence of 11.262. We've had some days where, like in the event of this 11, the market did drop to a VIX level like 15.6, which is exactly where we are pre-market, right? We're like 15.4, 15.8 area pre-market. So I think we're still very much in the range to see some huge moves lower that are developing. And it is a beautiful thing because it seems like the rest of the market is just asleep. They're like, oh, wow, we're just going to keep buying stocks. Everything is good. The market is not fearful, and when the market is not fearful, it actually creates the opportunity for substantial downside because a lot of these hedge funds managers, they get caught off guard. And then us, the ninjas, buddies, we come in and we slice these hedge fund managers like there is no tomorrow. And then they wake up and they're like, holy shit. But guess who made the money? Leonardo and the 13 market move fearless members. Let's go. Hey, guys, here's another thing, right? Similar situation right here. We got the situation where we kind of paused in October for like a day. Look at the VIX here. It went from 16 to like 15.6 area, and then the next day it was back to like 17.16 area, and then it jumps all the way to 18, 24, 20, 20, 28, 23. Guys, this is freaking amazing. I think that's exactly the setup we're headed into. And the beautiful thing, nobody thinks about it. Besides us here at 13 market moves. Okay, so the next market move, I see there is a probability of a potential move 12, but more likely I think we're going to get a huge reversal. I forgot to type that in here. I think, guys, we're heading straight into another move 2 today, and we're going to renew and refresh that sequence. But clearly, I mean, we may actually gap down by the time this video it actually hits YouTube. So I'm recording this about an hour before the market opens, so we'll see. There's a probability of a move 3 and an 11. Now, as far as the overall strategy and the takeaways, guys, here's the deal. So the VIX the VIX reverses the solid uptrend. It was just start building. It hits a low of 15.82. It continues lower pre-market, but we really see a huge TRO opportunity where the VIX will go higher. And therefore, we're not changing our, even though it's temporarily just under 16, we think it will conquer the level of 16 today. So we still consider VIX numerically high and uptrending despite of this one odd day. This one odd day is not going to shake us up. We're going to stay firm with the strategy. We're going to make this happen. So VIX, basically, it is below 16, but we don't think it's going to stay here very long. We think it's going to get back over the 16 area, despite of how bearish this basically 1 day, 1 minute chart looks. So bottom line, the key takeaways as such. Start buying puts at the open, guys. I don't want you to wait till 10:15 today. I don't want you to wait till 10:30, 11, 3:55. I want you to start buying puts right at the open and add maybe more puts around 10, 10, 15. So short any intraday bounce, buy all stocks, short Amazon, AVGO, LRCX. I think if you're thinking about short Apple, you can do so, but I think AVGO and LRCX are going to be much better shorts. And guys, watch for a move 6 type behavior. I think it will be coming in today between 2 and 4. With that said, guys, trade like a rock star, manage your trades. Let's have an awesome Thursday and Friday tomorrow. Let's rock. Despite the market trying to tell us that everything is bullish, we will pay attention to the sequence. We're going to take it seriously, and we will beat this market by tomorrow. Let's roll, guys. Let's have an awesome day.